Hello, welcome to another edition of Around Town. I'm your host, Larry Crippen. Welcome along to an interesting program, one we've touched on before, but we're going to get drilled down to more things about what's going on in the city of Huntsville. We have with us the Assistant City Manager of the city of Huntsville, Sam Masiel. Welcome to the program, Sam.
Hello. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you here. Let's just start off with questions. The City Council and City Manager, along with city employees, have been working on a strategic plan final draft. Tell us about what kind of city issues it focuses on.
Correct. So we had our strategic plan adopted earlier this month. We took a different approach to the strategic plan this year. We took more of a 10,000-foot view and wanted to narrow it down to priorities of focus. And so those priorities of focus are public safety, economic development, quality of life, infrastructure, and engagement. And one specific thing that I wanted to touch on that we came out of this and engagement is our STAR program. So we have implemented through our strategic plan STAR program, which is basically stands for service, trust, accountability, and respect. And so that is more of an internal engagement with our employees on how we're going to model our culture within our organization, and that's going to be the face of many things, many programs that we're going to launch across the city, and you'll see more of that over the next 3 to 5 years as it grows. But we're real excited about the strategic plan that gives us a roadmap for the next 3 to 5 years of where we want to focus for our city.
And, the city is always moving forward on working on greater first responder coverage. The council recently approved applying for staffing for adequate fire and emergency response program. That's SAFER, I think. Yeah. Tell us what that entails.
Correct. So the SAFER grant is designed for any municipality to apply for grant funding. And what this does is it allows for us to apply for staff. And so we want to we're looking at adding more staff for our fire department. And so what this grant does is it gives funding to the cities, if you're awarded the grant, of course, to be able to add those staffing. So we're going to try for 9. We won't know for sure how many or if we get any at all, but it's a very competitive process. So it's just not the city of Huntsville applying for this. It's municipalities across the state of Texas. So it's very competitive. We're keeping our fingers crossed that we can get some funding for this.
And I know the city is also applying for a local cybersecurity grant. Is security like this in cities constantly having to be updated? I know that a while back the city's computers were hacked.
Correct. So cybersecurity incidents are becoming more of a norm across not only the state of Texas, but also around the nation and across the world, not only for municipalities, but private industry as well. And so organizations are constantly having to update and keep updated their IT or information technology infrastructure. It's no different than keeping other pieces of infrastructure across the city updated too, like water, sewer, roads. Well, now we're having to lump in IT infrastructure as well, because all the information, all that data is, in there. We want to secure that data. And so by going for a grant like this, what it does is it allows us to seek out hardware and software that can help us keep that information, that critical information, safe.
And Sam, on this past week's consent agenda, there was the adoption of the policy and procedures for internal library displays. Tell us what the policy and procedures are.
Correct. So before we had this item, the library did not really have a formal display policy. So what we strive to do is to have something that's a little bit more organized and has criterion within it that kind of outlines the different sections and what type of displays we'll have in our library, and it just have a more of a structured, value to it. And so, we're going to have displays based on adult fiction, adult nonfiction, DVDs, children's area, and those different types of genres will represent different things that we will display throughout the year. For instance, just for example, like in March, we'll have something related to spring, whether it's weather, flowers, nature, or hiking. April, we may have something with cooking. June, maybe a book to movie or Juneteenth. July may have something in regards to U.S. history. So we're just really having a more of a structured way on different topics that we're going to display throughout the library throughout the year.
Okay, and if people haven't driven by where the new City Hall is being constructed, where the old City Hall was, can you update us a little bit on that? I think people will be surprised if they drive by that right now.
Yes, if you haven't had an opportunity, please drive by. It's taken on a different look. The construction is coming along really well. They are targeting for June of this summer to have it totally enclosed. And so once you have a project like that enclosed, all the different trades can get inside and start really working fast to get the inside of it, put together. So it's, like I said, it's really taken shape. It's an exciting project for us, and we're still looking at fourth quarter to have the project complete.
And have you come across any projections for population growth in the future?
So the growth of the city is happening, so we are growing at a fast pace. We anticipate probably by the next census that we will reach the 50,000 threshold. And so with that comes certain responsibilities that's given to the city to take over. Some of that is public safety related, some of it is traffic maintenance related, and road maintenance related as well. And so those are some of the things that we're kind of already looking at and getting prepared for, which is also a part of our strategic plan as well. One of our initiatives is infrastructure and preparing for that growth and being able to accommodate the growth that comes to our city.
Well, City of Huntsville Assistant City Manager Sam Masiel, thanks for being our guest.
Thank you so much for having me. Happy to be here.